bustling city of Verona, a young girl named Mira dreamed of becoming a fashion designer. Growing up, she spent hours sketching designs and sewing scraps of fabric into miniature dresses for her dolls. Her passion was unmistakable, but the path to her dream was anything but easy. Mira's family was supportive, especially her older brother, Adil, who ran a small tailoring shop. Adil had always believed in Mira's talent and encouraged her to turn her dreams into reality. However, the world outside their family was less kind. People in their community dismissed Mira's aspirations. Fashion? That's not a real career, they would say. Stick to something practical. One evening, as they sat in the shop, Mira nervously shared her biggest dream with Adil. "I want to start my own fashion line," she confessed. "But I don't have the resources, the connections, or even the confidence." Adil smiled and placed a roll of fabric on the table. "You don't need to have it all at once. Start small, Mira. One design, one stitch at a time. And remember, every masterpiece begins as a single thread." Inspired by her brother's words, Mira decided to give it a shot. She started working in a corner of Adil's shop, using leftover fabric to create her first designs. Every night, after the shop closed, she would stay up late, sewing, sketching, and dreaming. Mira's first designs were simple yet elegant, but selling them was a challenge. Customers often overlooked her work, and boutiques turned her away. "Your designs are too plain," one shopkeeper said. "You'll never compete with the big names." Discouraged but not defeated, Mira turned to Adil for advice. He handed her a seam ripper and said, "Every mistake can be undone, and every setback is just a chance to start again. Keep going, Mira." Taking his words to heart, Mira improved her designs, experimenting with bold colors, intricate embroidery, and modern patterns. Slowly, she began to attract attention. Customers in the shop started noticing her work, and one even commissioned her to design a dress for a wedding. One day, Mira spotted a flyer for a citywide fashion competition. The winner would receive funding and mentorship to start their own brand. Despite her fear of failure, Adil encouraged her to enter. "This is your chance," he said. "Show the world what you're capable of." Mira poured her heart into her entry. She spent weeks designing a collection inspired by her roots, blending traditional craftsmanship with contemporary styles. On the day of the competition, Mira walked onto the stage with trembling hands, but a determined heart. Her collection captivated the audience. The judges praised her ability to honor tradition while creating something innovative and fresh. When Mira's name was announced as the winner, tears streamed down her face. She looked at Adil in the crowd, who was cheering louder than anyone else. With the competition's support, Mira launched her own fashion line. Her designs became a sensation, celebrated for their authenticity and elegance. Mira's brand not only brought her success, but also inspired other young women in her community to pursue their passions. Years later, as Mira stood backstage at her first solo fashion show, she turned to Adil and said, "I wouldn't be here without you. You were the thread that held me together." Adil smiled and replied, "And you were the one who wove the masterpiece." Mira's journey shows us that dreams don't need to be perfect to start. They just need a single thread of determination. With persistence, the right support, and the courage to face challenges, you can turn even the simplest beginnings into something extraordinary. So, if this story resonated with you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.